Mason Smythe on the 52-yard attempt. Kick was good.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to the Bart Curtis Show as we're kicking things off here. And the Tigers are 3-0, and I have Alex Trusty with me. And Alex, let's talk a little bit about what you do for the Warsaw Tiger football team.
I play D-line, and my second position is O-line.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. How long have you been playing football? I mean, were you playing in junior high and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I played 1 year in middle school. I played freshman year. That's when I tore my ACL. Ooh. I didn't play the next year, but I've played when I was a junior now. I'm playing when I'm a senior.
Okay, well, that's great. All right, well, I tell you what, the defense has been doing some great things out there for the last 3 ball games there. You guys scared us a little bit, though, last night when they took off and scored on us first, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, what's going on here? But actually, that's a much improved Plymouth team from a year ago, I thought.
Yeah, it really was. You can actually tell what they were trying to accomplish on the field, and I think our defense got off to a little slow start, but we picked it up in the second half. Yeah,
absolutely. I think, well, you guys only gave up 7 points. I mean, we'll take that any time. So, all right, well, okay, so you're the defensive down tackle inside. Is that where you play, or are you a defensive end?
I play both.
Okay.
I can play both.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about what, as far as it goes to the schemes and stuff that you run there. I mean, obviously we were getting hurt a little bit last night within their short passing game. What did the Tigers do to kind of correct that situation?
So originally, when they came out in the trips set, we didn't have anybody on number 3, and the second half we put Eric Pohl on number 3, and that really shut that.
That kind of shut things down, yeah. He's a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so as far as it goes to you guys working together as a team, I mean, I get a feeling that you guys really do, you know, are always out there encouraging one another, you know, patting each other on the butt and saying, hey, let's keep at it here. And obviously the defense has only given up, you know, very few points. So what do you attribute that to?
I think just the energy that the team brings. You know, if something big on offense happens, it contributes to the defense, and if defense does something, it gives energy back to the offense, and then we just get rolling from there.
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely right there. And then you guys got a secret weapon with that guy that kicks the ball around for us. He got a couple of nice field goals out of the deal, too. So, anyway. Well, tell us a little bit about your practice schedule. How's that work out for you? I mean, are you guys, I mean, give us just kind of a rundown on what you do during your practice schedule.
Normally for defense, we start off with either tackle circuit or trash cans just to review the plays, and then we go into SOS period.
Right.
And then basically after, sometimes we do clear and cloudy drill with the O-line, where they give us looks on how the next team we're playing is going to give us.
Sure.
And then we go into team time.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, you guys are doing a great job, and you know, credit to you. You get injured, and yet you come back into the program and stuff, and are playing a key role, as all you guys do, in making things happen for the Tigers. So we appreciate that. We're proud of you guys. You do just a great job, and it's just always fun to watch you guys. We got a big challenge coming up here with Concord coming home, and going to be the first home game. It should be a great contest.
It should be a great home opener against a pretty good team.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Alex, thanks for being with us here on the Bart Curtis Show this morning. We appreciate it. I know you got film to watch and coaches to talk to, so I'm going to let you go. So you have a great practice week, and thanks for being with us on the show.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of the Bart Curtis Show right after this.
Hello, this is Clay Johnson from N&J Auto Sales. For over 70 years, my family has been in the car business. We have sold thousands of cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans over the years. We are known for quality, low-mileage vehicles and outstanding customer service. But here's something you might not know. We buy vehicles. Have a lease coming due? Stop by N&J. We can make you an offer on your existing lease and might even put some cash in your pocket. N&J Auto Sales, located at the corner of Detroit and Market Street in downtown Warsaw, where we sell and buy vehicles. Stop by and let's talk.
And welcome back to the Bart Curtis Show. We're talking now to Braxton Daniels, who is a Tiger football player. And Braxton, tell us what you do for the Tigers on the football field.
I am one of our centers that we have. We have multiple, obviously, but I did play majority of the game yesterday.
Right. Well, it was, the thing about Plymouth, and I've coached against them for many years, that interior line there, they always stack two of the biggest human beings they can find on either side of the center. Yeah. I mean, that's the way they play the game. Mm-hmm. And so how do you deal with something like that?
Well, for me personally, if I don't have to touch either of them, I'm just trying to jump right between both of them and go for that
Pick up a linebacker.
Go for one of those Mike linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
But if I got to end up going for one of those linemen, we have a method that we like to call the forklift method. You get your hands under them, and you keep refitting and forklifting them up.
Yeah. And that's the key, to get underneath them there and stuff, because, like I said, they're always big human beings. I think that one was 79 there. He was big enough to eat hay and defecate in the road or something. I mean, I tell you what, he's a monster. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about your journey as far as it goes to being a football player. When did you start playing and all that kind of good stuff?
I started playing at like 6 or 7 years old. I was playing at Young Tigers. Played all through 6th grade, hit middle school, played all through middle school, and I've been playing since. I'm a senior now. So.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, it's paying off here. You've experienced having Bart Curtis as your head football coach all the way through there, and it's been a good experience for everybody, and I know you guys have enjoyed it too, and you got a great coaching staff. Tell us a little bit about you got a tough job. The center is a tough job. Nothing's going to happen unless you do your job right. And, so tell us a little bit about how you practice your skill and how you get better at it.
During practice, we are typically, before warm-ups, we're sitting there getting as many snaps as we can with our quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. And then we hit our warm-up, and we'll usually move into an SOS period where sometimes we're with the backs taking even more snaps, and then other times we're with our linemen doing SOS.
And by the way, SOS means same old stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, so have you always been a center, or have you played other positions in the offensive line?
In high school, in high school and middle school, I've always been a center. Through grade school, I was anywhere on the O line and anywhere on the D line that I could play.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Well, I tell you what, you guys have got a proud tradition with the offensive line, the Hogs, as they're referred to, and you guys stick together and you do play together well. And I tell you what, if the offensive line's doing their job, as we all well know, things usually go pretty smooth for the Tigers.
Yes, sir, it does.
Yeah, absolutely. So, last night you guys go down 7-0 there, and this is the best offensive output that we've had so far this season. What do you think caused that to happen this time around?
We had a lot better ball security this time around compared to what we've been having these past couple games, and then our line just had a lot of push this past game.
Yeah, if anyone watches the offensive line. And I'm an old offensive line coach. If you get down there, and of course I can stand on the sidelines and I can sit there and watch right down the line there, usually you're going to see Warsaw out into the defense before the defense even knows what hit them. I mean, you guys get off the ball really well.
Yeah.
And I think that's really a key. So, all right, well, let's talk about next game coming up here. We got Concord. It's going to be a challenge. It's homecoming. It's alumni night. You guys getting pretty excited about that?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a fun but tough-fought battle.
Absolutely. They'll come to play. Concord does a good job, got a great coaching staff and a good bunch of players. It's going to be a good game. And they're coming off of a loss, too, so they'll come in here a little bit hungry probably. Well, I tell you what, Braxton, it's just a pleasure to watch you guys play. The whole community is behind you guys and what you do. You guys do a great job not only on the field but off the field in the classroom, and represent the Tigers really well. So we appreciate that, and thanks for being with us today on the show, and good luck as you head into our first game home against the Concord Minutemen.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of the Bart Curtis Show, but first a word from one of our sponsors. And welcome, everyone, once again to another edition of the Bart Curtis Show. And the Tigers are now 3-0, Coach, and went over to Plymouth, took care of business there. Didn't get any blueberries, but kind of gave the berries to the Plymouth. But you told me that quarterback was pretty good, and he proved it the first series of plays there.
The concerns that I had came to fruition, Dave, that, you know, they would be able to do some things formationally, structurally, that would give our defense some problems, and they did. And you know, they made us look like we were playing with concrete cleats instead of you know, regular football cleats. Credit to them. You know, they did to us what we like to do to other people. They took the ball, held it for 6 minutes, and ended up with a score.
Right.
And we're ahead 7-0, and we were fortunate to be able to get some things going outside and tie the thing up, get a stop after a few first downs, kick a 46-yard field goal. But, you know, the game was 10-7, Warsaw, with less than 4 minutes going the first half.
Right.
So, you know, anybody that looks at that 41-7 or whatever it was and says, hey, it was, you know, the usual and piece of cake.
Blowout.
Yeah, it was not in the least. They played really hard. Their offense is really a pain in the rear to defend. Defensively, they're not good. But offensively, they certainly created some issues for us. And credit to them. I don't think we handled the adversity quite as well as I had hoped. You know, we were awful quiet.
Right.
Wasn't finger pointing, but it was just kind of like looking around what is going on after 2 games where we had pretty good defensive efforts. It just looked and felt a little different. And then when I did the stat line and took tackles this morning, that kind of backed it up. You know, we had 23 missed tackles, 17 plays that I'm not going to call them what I call them, but didn't attack properly, DAP. But plays that were mental. Maybe we got blocked inside and the running back took the ball outside, or a receiver took it outside. Maybe we jumped off sides in a crucial situation.
I noticed that a couple times.
Maybe we got the ball thrown over our head. Maybe we selfishly caused our team to lose 15 yards because we felt the need to shove someone back or celebrate individually. So yeah, those are all things we consider plays that we don't want to take part of. So we had 17 of those, 23 missed tackles, so that kind of explains the whole deal.
Yeah, and the fact that you still just it looked to me like, especially in the first series there, the Tigers weren't just quite off the bus yet. They just weren't real sharp. And because I've noticed in the first 2 games there, I thought our gang tackling was really pretty good. Well, and, you know, they got to the football, but those little short passes and the flats and that kind of stuff bothered the Tigers.
It did. They, you know, they ran a good run-pass option series where it's basically triple option. We talked about it last week, where they would read the end man. If the end man closed, they'd pull the ball. The quarterback then has the option to run the ball based on what the outside B does. If the outside B attacks him, which he did, then he throws the bubble concept. They also hit some pop passes early in the game to keep some drives going and cause us some issues. So, yeah, that, the gang tackling, we were in more of isolated situations.
Right.
And we got tackled better. I mean, there were times like on those pop passes or when the quarterback ran a QB draw on 3rd and 9 or whatever and picked up 40 yards.
Right.
We had probably 5 missed tackles on that play. So that's bad football. You're not going to win a lot of games against people that play offense and defense. Now, the negatives out of the way, we did recover. We did play
Absolutely.
a little more inspired offensively. We only gave the ball away twice, which is about half of what we normally do. And I think it was only on the ground 5 times compared to our usual 8 to 10 times.
Yeah.
So there were improvements there. We were 2 for 3 passing, and should have been 3 for 3. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, mighta, wasn't.
Yeah.
We had a kicker kick a 46-yard field goal to put us up 10-7, and then come back and kick a 52-yard school record field goal. Mason Smythe, our junior kicker. I texted Harrison and Andrew Mevis that late that night, and they were excited for him.
Sure.
That's funny. It wasn't like the '73 Miami Dolphins where they sit around and hope that a undefeated NFL team loses.
So yeah.
Yeah, they kickers are funny. They root for each
Oh, they
other
are,
and want to do. So yeah, that was exciting for him.
Well, yeah, and he's not a real big kid, but man, has he got a live leg? I mean, of course, in kickoff, he's putting it in the end zone most of the time.
4 out of 6.
Just doing a great job.
6 for 6 PATs, 2 for 2 field goals with a long of 52. That's
pretty good night.
Those are the kind of stats that I like to read about, not 17 missed tackles.
Right.
Or 4 fumbles or whatever.
It's a much improved Plymouth team. They're coming over there. They're getting better, and that's good for the conference overall. Now we go from Plymouth and we jump right into the frying pan, and we welcome the Concord Minutemen to the to Fisher Field for Alumni Night, and it's always a good ball club that comes in here with Concord.
Without doubt, well-coached team defensively. They can tell you how many times our right tackle has veer release versus looping a 4 technique.
Right.
They can tell you how many times the quarterback has misread a triple or a midline. I mean,
they study.
They are film watchers and film studiers, and they can tell you more about yourself sometimes than you can.
Right.
So they know what they're doing. Well-coached team. Now, offensively, we always felt like, hey, if we could get them to, get them one-dimensional, one way or the other, that we had a shot. They are much improved offensively.
Right.
Big on the O-line, much better on the O-line.
Oh, really?
And they're showing a lot of patience with their running game.
Yeah.
Running inside zone and zone read. That's probably, I haven't got the stats yet from Jake, but I'm guessing the films that I've watched, I'm guessing that's 70 to 75% of their offense is inside zone and zone read. Yes. So yeah, they're problematic. They create some problems. And if you're not gap sound and you tackle high, that's our problem right now. We're tackling too high.
Right.
If you tackle their backs high, you're going to get taken for a ride into the secondary. Number 8 and number 25 are both sturdy young men. And nice vision, and they bend that thing back, and on that zone read, it's like a triple option.
Right.
We want our guy to stay on their track. They want their guy to if B gap's closed, then bend it to A, then bend it back to A on the weak side, and then sometimes that back will bend it all the way back to backside B or C gap. Yeah, so that creates some problems for our linebackers as far as their reads and flows.
Sure.
We got to get off blocks.
Right.
We got to eliminate the big play. And, we can't turn the ball over against these guys. You cannot give them.
Yeah, these guys will take advantage of those opportunities.
It was 14-7 Concord early in the second quarter. Then it was 14-14 against Northwood for a really long time.
Right.
I think Northwood can score in droves, and they
Yeah.
did. I think halftime maybe it was 31-14.
Oh, yeah.
But one of
So they
those
got
was on a
those.
fumble deep in
Oh, yeah.
Concord zone territory. So, yeah, it's they're a fine team, well coached,
Right.
fun to coach against because you know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
There's no doubt what they're going to do. So it comes down to who plays better Friday night.
Right.
And alumni night.
Alumni night, I was just
we're
gonna bring that up.
We're inviting every Warsaw Tiger football player that's still with us
Right.
back to Fisher Field Friday night, and they'll be honored and recognized. They'll get a T-shirt if they filled out the document
Right.
in
right.
time.
To get it done,
Yeah, I did order a couple extra here and there for just in case there was somebody late. But that's kind of the first step of some things we have planned for our football alumni that we want to make sure they're connected to
It's a good
what
thing.
we're doing
Absolutely.
and make them feel a part, that it's just not a group of guys that graduated and then they're forgotten forever.
Yeah, right. Exactly. They're part of the
They are part
over
of a
bigger,
long-
much bigger
A
program.
long tradition. There have been a lot of people play this game here, and there'll be a lot more people play this game long after we're all gone.
Right, exactly. Speaking of that, just a moment here, I think it deserves mentioning. We lost an incredible coach who died just a couple of days ago.
Yes.
And that's, of course, is Coach Don Bungie. What a coach.
Yeah, incredible. Yesterday morning, Coach Bungie passed away, 100 years old. He 2 weeks ago, he made it to 100. I got a text from some of the members of the St. Joe Valley Hall of Fame board, which I'm fortunate enough to be on, and Coach Bungie was on that for a long time. They said he's holding the first meeting in heaven right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, with some of the old timers, Ross,
Oh, sure.
Ross Perry, Don Bungie, Tom Kurth.
Sure.
Some of the great
Legends.
legends
Truly are
and
legends.
forefathers of Northern Indiana high school football that have passed on, and he's certainly what he did. Fought in World War II.
Right.
Parachuted. I think he had 8 to 10 jumps
Right.
in the Pacific,
Behind- Oh, yeah.
and came home, took the job at Bremen, and stayed there his entire career. Actually planted the field.
Oh, really?
Actually planted the seeds that
Wow.
are now still Don Bungie,
Bungie Field,
yes.
yeah. And the way I understand it, talking to Coach Ted, he had several opportunities there where he could have left Bremen, and he said, "No, this is where I am."
I'm sure he did, and one thing I didn't know as I was doing a little reading up on Coach this morning, that he was a Indiana Central grad, and I sent you that picture of
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I saw that.
In 1943, I think.
Leather helmet, no face mask, all that.
Yeah, so yeah, he true legend,
Yep.
true.
How many lives he impacted,
yeah.
and just, incredible. So, anyway, our condolences to certainly the Bungie family and all of Bremen, because they lost a great one there, but 100 years is a pretty good run.
It's a great run.
You bet, you bet. Well, Coach, thanks for being with us here on this, where we're Monday afternoon here. On Labor Day weekend, you guys are going back to work here in just a little bit. You're going to be, of course, you're watching film and stuff, and then you have a practice session. So
Yep.
we wish you the best, and,
We are here to labor on Labor Day.
well, so far it's paying off. You're 3-0, and let's go 1-0 next Friday night against Concord. And all you people that are alumni, come on out. It's alumni night at Fisher Field this coming Friday night. Thanks for being with us, Coach.
Thank you, David.